Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of the topic indexes and reports for the June month. These topic wise videos are really helpful for revision, so do watch them till the end. So let's start. The first question is, what is the rank of India in the Global Gender Gap Report? Right, this is for the year 2023. First of all, remember this Global Gender Gap Report. This is released by World Economic Forum, right? And the rank of India in this particular index is 127. So option A is right here. Correct? This rank of India is out of 146 nations. Correct? And in this index, Iceland has secured the first position, right? Iceland, then it is Norway, Finland, New Zealand and Sweden in this index. So rank of India here is 127 out of 146 nations. Next, what is the rank of India in fasting effective energy transition 2023? So for not fasting, it is fostering, right? What is the rank of India in fostering effective energy transition 2023? This index is also released by World Economic Forum, right? And it was published in collaboration with Accenture. Correct? And what is the rank of India in this fostering effective energy transition 2023? The rank of India was 67 in this energy transition index. Either way the question can be asked, what is the rank of India in energy transition index? And this transition is basically from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. Correct? And what is the rank of India here? 67, right? And which country has topped here? So remember, it is Sweden that secured the first position in this energy transition index released by World Economic Forum. Sweden was on the top, Denmark second, Norway third. Next, what is the rank of India in World Competitiveness Index 2023? So remember this World Competitiveness Index, it is released by IMD, that is your International Institute of Management Development. Correct? And this was the 35th edition of this World Competitiveness Index that was recently released in the year 2023. Here, what is the rank of India? So India ranks at the 40th position in this World Competitiveness Index 2023. Then the country that topped here was Denmark, secured the first position, followed by Ireland on second position and Switzerland on the third position. And after that it is Singapore, Netherlands and and 40th position it is India. Correct? So rank of India here is 40. Correct? Next, option A is correct here. Second, which institute topped the 8th edition of India rankings prepared by Ministry of Education? So, according to this, which institute topped the 8th edition of the India rankings prepared by the Ministry of Education? So, which is it? It is your IIT Madras, right? Remember, IIT Madras has topped the list for the 5th consecutive time. Right? It is for the 5th consecutive time that IIT Madras has secured the top position. Correct? On the top, it was IIT Madras, followed by IISc Bangalore. Correct? And amongst this, also remember IIT Delhi is on the 3rd position. This is 2nd position, and IIT Madras on the 1st position. Correct? And if we talk about this, Ministry of Education released this on parameters that are defined by NIRF, that is National Institution Ranking Framework. Correct? And IIT Madras, that is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, secured the 1st position for the 5th consecutive time. Next, which institute has topped the QS World University Rankings 2024? It is QS stands for Quackrelli Simons, right? And for the QS World University Rankings 2024, recently it was the 20th edition that was recently released, and it is your IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, or which IIT that has secured the top position here. So, which institute has topped the Quackrelli Simon World University ranking? It is MIT that secured the top position here. And if we are talking about Indian institute, it is IIT Bombay that secured the top position in India, and globally it was at 149th position. Correct? And this is among the this is the only institute that is among top 150. Correct? On top it was MIT, followed by Cambridge University on 2nd position and Oxford on the 3rd position. And this we are talking about Quackrelli Simon World University ranking. This is for the year 2024. Next, hunger hotspots FAOWFP early mornings on acute food insecurity from June to November 2023 report. This was released by which organization? So remember this hunger hotspot FAO and WFP early warnings on acute food insecurity from June to November 2023 outlook. This report was released by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, and World Food Program. This is an arm of United Nations only that has released this report. Correct? And under this report, the data release suggested that globally hunger is expected to worsen, right, in 18 hotspots across 22 countries. These include neighboring regions of India such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Myanmar. And if you have seen condition of Pakistan, the inflation is there is way too much and the food prices are way too high. People are not even getting one day or one time of proper food. Correct? And this report is just not for the Indian neighboring countries, but you need to understand that globally we will be facing food insecurity as the population is continuously rising, and the countries that are not performing economically well, they do not have the right amount of money also to provide or to import food from different nations in order to feed their people. And that is the reason millets was encouraged by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at global level, because millets is very hardy crop, right? It is nutritious, it is full of protein, and this was the year 2023 was also declared as the International Year of the Millets by Prime Minister Narendra Modi only. Correct? So that even in the remote areas millets can be grown and it can feed the people, right? Even Ministry of Defense and our Union Minister Rajnath Singh has encouraged army personals to start the use of or start consuming anna millets, right? in their diet as a nutritious food. Next, World of Work report was released by which organization? This World of Work report was released by ILO, that is International Labour Organization. And according to the ILO's 11th edition of the World of Work report, the global unemployment is projected to fall below the pre-pandemic levels of 191 million, correct, and this is corresponding to an unemployment rate of 5.3% in 2023. So coming back, remember, according to this World of Work report that was released by ILO, this is the 11th edition of the World of Work report, and it stated that the unemployment rate will be falling back to the pre-pandemic level. Because of the pandemic, all the supply chain was disrupted, right? All the businesses had to shut down for a temporary moment only, but because of that, many instability was caused, correct? And because of which multiple people have to lose their jobs, and the unemployment rate has increased because of which, and now even artificial intelligence, launch of this artificial intelligence is contributing to the loss of the jobs, and with time it is suggested that the unemployment rate will fall down to the pre-pandemic level, correct. Then this report also calls for a global financial support for job creation and social protection. In 2023, the global job gap is projected to be at 453 million people, or around 11.7% of which is more than the double the unemployment count, right? Next, Next is OIL 2023 analysis and forecast to 2028 was released by which organization? So remember this OIL 2023 analysis and forecast to 2028. This report was released by IEA, that is International Energy Agency, right? And in this it stated that surpass China India will surpass China as the main driver of the global oil demand by the year 2027. That means with the rise of manufacturing in India, with the rise of industrialization, with the rise of many products being developed in India only, and many of the organization abroad, they are choosing India to be the destination where they can carry out manufacturing and start their industrialization. Even if you have seen Apple, they have started to make their products in India. Even there is a news that in the southern part of India, Tesla will start their own factory, and they will be setting up their factory where their cars will be manufactured and delivered to worldwide, correct. With this we will be seeing their rise in the oil demand, right? And with this data suggested that by the year 2027 India will be surpassing China for the main driver of the global oil demand growth, as the consumption in these country in India will be more as compared to that of China, right? China's demand will fall consistently from 2024 afterwards, right? And USA, China, and India are the world's three largest oil consumers in that order. So we can say, as of now, if currently the question is asked, USA is in the top for the maximum oil consumer. It is followed by China and India on the third position in terms of the consumption of oil, right? So this report, Oil 2023 Analysis and Forecast to 2028, was released by IEA. Next is Sustainability Report for fiscal year 2021, right? This was released by which organization? So for the year 2022 to 2020, from 2021 to 2022, this sustainability report was released. Question asked is this report, sustainability report, was released by which organization, and what does this report talks about, right? The main aim of this sustainability report is to building a sustainable road infrastructure, that is building a sustainable road infrastructure, correct. And so with this road infrastructure we can say that this report was released by National Highway Authority of India, right? And this report highlights the effectiveness of various efforts that are taken by NHAI towards the conservation of environment and energy. Even you have seen that India is building roads at a very fast pace. Even during lockdown, India took the advantage of this and have built massive infrastructure that is connecting various high demanding locations, due to which the time between those two cities or those two places has been reduced significantly, which will also reduce the logistics, right? And if the logistics are reduced, then it will be benefiting that particular business. Then coming back, this sustainability report, building a sustainable road infrastructure, this report was prepared as per the global reporting initiative, correct? And it was released by the union minister Nitin Gadkari, who is our union minister for Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, correct? Then remember, between the year fiscal year 2019 to 2022, 21, 22, the direct emissions has been reduced by 18.44% and 9.49% due to less fuel consumption. Even now you will be seeing that new types of fuel will be coming into the market, such as your green hydrogen, right? Your ethanol powered vehicles, correct? Electric vehicles, then there are your CNG vehicles, right? They people will be having huge number of options apart from your petrol and diesel, which do not pollute your environment. Next. Next is your low cost finance for energy transition report was released by which organization? This low cost finance for energy transition, it was released by IRENA, that is International Renewable Energy Agency, correct? And it praised, this report basically is praising India's achievement in rolling out renewable energy capacity, calling it unprecedented, right? This report was prepared by IRENA in conjunction with India's G20 presidency, correct? And this is in collaboration with Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. And here remember, India ranked third on the renewable energy attractiveness index in 2021. What is the rank of India in the renewable energy attractiveness index? The rank of India here was third. Now see, we are talking about low cost financing for energy transition, right? So basically we can say we are talking about shifting from non renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy, right? And even still you need to remember that India's solar and wind power base is fourth largest in the base. If we are talking about wind energy and solar energy, the rank of India stands at fourth position globally, right? That means India is in the fourth position, at the fourth largest in solar and wind power generation. Similarly, if we talk about wind generation, Gujarat is the state that is leading. In solar energy, it is Rajasthan, that state is leading. Then these are something that we are saying that India is doing transition from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy, and that is the reason IRNA, this organization, that is International Renewable Energy Agency, has praised India's achievement in rolling out of these renewable energy capacity and have called out India as unprecedented, right? And even with the India's G20 presidency, India is attracting various projects that will be helping India's transition of achieving 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel capacity energy generation by the year 2030. Similarly, you can see here the target of Kerala, that is to shift to 100% renewable energy by 2040, and they plans on becoming carbon neutral by 2050. Similarly, the target of the government of India is 2070 to become carbon neutral, right? Next is renewable energy market update. Recently, remember, we are talking about renewable energy, right? And we have seen that has been a shift from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable source of energy. You will be seeing multiple reports that we have been discussing so far is all related to your shift from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy, right? So first of all, remember this renewable energy market update, and this is for the month of June 2023. This is released by IEA, that is your International Energy Agency. According to this IEA, the global renewable capacity additions are set to increase by 107 gigawatts, and this is the largest absolute increase ever, to more than 440 gigawatts in 2023. The growth on the renewable capacity is fueled by expanding policy support, growing energy security concerns, and improving the competitiveness against the fossil alternatives. Even solar photovoltaic additions will continue to increase in 2024, while challenges remain for the wind expansion, right? That means solar energy expansion is on the line, but wind expansion is very limited. These solar panels can be installed at every individual's house that has a rooftop in all the states of India, because we are receiving solar or sunlight everywhere. But in terms of wind energy, there are specific locations where only we can install these wind panels that will be generating electricity. Correct? Then the global renewable energy capacity additions could reach 550 gigawatt in 2024 in our accelerated case, that is 20% more than the main forecast. Right? So this is your renewable energy market update for the month of June. In India, it is set to the global renewable energy capacity additions are set to increase by 107 gigawatts, that is the largest ever double in this June 2023. Next is your gender social norms index. Remember, recently we are talking about the gender social norms index. This is released by which organization? It is released by United Nations Development Program, and this report is basically breaking down gender biases that is shifting social norms towards gender equality. According to this index that is released, the shifting social norms of gender equality, this was released in the month of June, correct? 90% of both men and women, or almost 9 out of 10 men and women worldwide, hold at least one fundamental bias against women. I repeat, 9 out of 10 men and women, or both men and women, or we can say 90% of the people, they hold a fundamental bias against women, right? And this report shows that despite the rise in women's rights groups and social movements over the past decade, progress towards gender equality has stagnated, right? Because of the various movements that are going on, right? Because of the women also taking the unlawful advantage of these situations. And you have seen that multiple cases also of these reports that a man is being tortured by a woman, and then that particular woman's life is almost finished because of the unlawful allegations that were put on him by that particular woman, right? So this is the report Gender Social Norms Index that is suggested, that was released by UNDP, and it stated that almost 90% of both men and women have fundamental bias against women. Correct? Next is food outlook, that is biannual report on the global food market. This food outlook biannual report was released by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, right? And this report was released by FAO, that is an arm of UN only, and it was released in the month of June, correct? The global food bill was expected to rise. That means we are talking about the global food bills, right? It is expected to rise to 1.98 trillion dollar, correct, in 2023. Then next thing, remember, as we know that inflation is rising, right? So with the rise of inflation, the food prices are rising. We are seeing that the rise in petrol prices, correct? We are seeing inflation in almost every sector, so because of which the food prices are also rising. And we were discussing the case of Pakistan, that the food prices are almost twice or thrice the amount they used to have earlier, correct? And because of that, the people are not able to afford proper food in Pakistan. Even after a 3 billion grant by IMF, we have not seen a huge correction in the inflation in Pakistan, correct? So if we come back to this, the global food prices or the global food bill for the year 2023 will be touching 1.98 trillion dollar, and it is up by 1.5% compared to the last year of 2022, correct? And is almost up by 18% from the previous year of 2021. The import bill for the group of least developed countries is predicted to decline by 1.5% in 2023, that for net food importing developing countries to decline by 4.9%, correct? So this is your food outlook released by UNFAO, and it is about the global food markets, and it is talking about the bills of our country for related to food, that how much the food is being consumed globally and how much amount we people are spending globally in terms of food. Then apart from this, remember, India will be followed by United Kingdom and Russia in third and fourth places respectively. Next is National Energy Data Survey and Analysis for 21-22. This report was released by Raj Kumar Singh. He's our Union Minister for Power, New and Renewable Energy, right? So we can say he's our Union Minister for Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Correct. This report was titled National Energy Data Survey and Analysis for 21-22. This was released by Raj Kumar Singh. If the name of ministry is asked, then Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Correct. This report is produced by the Energy Data Management Unit, that under the BEE, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So this is developed by this, released by them, correct, along with Niti Aayog. Right, this provides the details about the energy supply and consumption patterns across the various sector of Indian economy. And if you remember, from next year onward, a report data was released that in daytime, because of the solar energy capture, you will be seeing the price for the consumption of electricity will be 10 to 20% lower, but during the night time you will be seeing the consumption will be higher, and this will be specifically in the commercial sector, right? Then from the next onwards, that is from 2025, even in the agriculture sector you will be seeing that 10 to 20% will be less costly during daytime, and nighttime will be more costly by 10 to 20%, correct? So what are these? This is to provide energy to even in the all the areas equally, right? So that the people can get the energy when required, right? And this data that was released by BE and Niti Aayog together, that states tells about the consumption, in which sector more of the electricity is being consumed, right, where the electricity is being produced, right, and from where to where we are seeing more electricity demand coming. Say for example, now urbanization is on the pace, right, and with more and more urbanization, more electricity demand will be rising, correct? So with this, because even if we talk see in the rural areas, right, the demand for electricity is way less, right? There are no proper street lights, right? There are no signboards, correct? There are no places to eat where you will be seeing better lighting and better infrastructure. But in urban areas you will be seeing a huge amount of lighting, correct? So it will demand more electricity as compared to that of the rural areas. So this data, National Energy Data Survey and Data Analysis, suggested that which Indian sectors are requiring more energy and where the consumption pattern is more, correct? And this report was released by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, or the name of person is Raj Kumar Singh who released it. If asked, that it was developed by BE along with Niti Aayog. Next, critical metals for India. This report was released by which individual? So critical, not metals, critical minerals, right? Critical minerals for India. This report was released by which organization or which individual? So remember, Shri Prahlad Joshi has released this report, Critical Minerals for India, right? And if you remember, 30 essential minerals were suggested that they will be helping in various sectors such as your defense, technology, energy sector, pharmaceutical sector, telecom sector for development. For if we talk about in defense sector, in various missiles and technology equipments, this will be used. Then in technology sector, for developing batteries such as your electric vehicles. For batteries, your lithium is one of the most important critical mineral that was listed, and a reserve for the same was found in Jammu and Kashmir, right, for the lithium ion batteries. And even a lithium ion manufacturing plant is being set up in Gujarat, correct? So these 30 minerals report was released that suggested that these 30 minerals will be making a huge impact in India's growth, as these minerals are required in sectors such as defense, technology, environment or agriculture, pharmaceuticals, telecom, for electric vehicles production. And with if these minerals are in India, right, we can have these minerals instead of importing from different country. We can use these minerals that are present in India and have the growth, and also this will promote Atmanirbhar Bharat roadmap. Next is Swachh Sarvekshan 2023, Mera Shahar 2023 survey, right? This Swachh Sarvekshan, this was released by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, right? Swachh Sarvekshan 2023, this was released by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So we can say this is a field assessment survey, correct? It was the 8th edition of this Swachh Sarvakshan Survey 2023, that is मेरा शहर मेरी पहचान, correct? And this survey is expected to engage approximately 10 crore citizens and making it the world's largest cleanliness or world largest urban cleanliness survey, right? So this Swachh Sarvekshan was released by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is a field assessment survey. It was the 8th edition of this Swachh Sarvekshan, that is Mera Shahar Meri Pehchan. It was based on this motto, and 10 crore citizens will be surveyed under this. This is one of the world's largest urban cleanliness survey, right? Next, and the deadline, or we can say the time period for this survey is almost 1 month. Next, Global Livability Index 2023 was released by which organization? So this Global Livability Index was released by EIU, that is Economist Intelligence Unit. According to this Global Livability Index that was released in June, Vienna, this is the capital of Austria, correct? Vienna has topped the index as the world's most livable city. Vienna is the world's most livable city, correct? And it is Vienna, correct? Mark this. And Vienna has secured the top spot for the second consecutive time, correct? Then on second position, first is your Vienna, on second position is your Copenhagen, correct? And then on third position is Melbourne, and on fourth position is Sydney, right? So this is the data release that is related to Global Livability Index, and it was released by Economic Intelligence Unit. This index ranks 173 cities. This is based on sustainability, healthcare, education, culture and environment and infrastructure, and in this Vienna has secured the top position. This is for the second consecutive time. Next is Global Startup Ecosystem Report 2023, right? And this report was released by policy advisor and research firm Startup Genome. So remember, it is Startup Genome that has released this particular report, right? That is Global Startup Ecosystem Report. And this report basically suggests that India's ecosystem is continues to rising, but we are seeing slowdown in the startup ecosystem, correct? Though it is rising, it is growing, but there is a slow pace it is growing, right? As compared to for the last 2 to 3 years, as the startup ecosystem was growing in India, it is not growing at that same pace, right? For example, if we take an example of Byju's, right? The Byju's valuation has significantly fallen. Even Baiju, if you remember, it used to be one of the topmost companies in the world, right? Baiju hired or appointed Shah Rukh Khan as their brand ambassador. Even Lionel Messi was appointed as their brand ambassador. But now Baiju has left their biggest office in ever, and they have shifted to different locations, right? So we are seeing a huge funding crunch in Baiju's, and this is the reason that the global ecosystem is now slowly shutting down, and we are seeing that the startups that are only worthy are being carried forward. Earlier what used to happen is, if there are 10 startups, then all the 10 startups were getting funding, right? And but now with that, you will be seeing that all the startups that are was funded earlier are not 100% success, right? Many of them fail also, right? So this is the step. And if we look at some of the areas where there is a continuous growth in these startups that is going on, for example, Silicon Valley of India, which is it is Bangalore, Karnataka. We are seeing continuous growth of startup ecosystem there, and it is also positioned at 20th position, right, in the startup ecosystem index, if we talk about, right? Then if we talk about Silicon Valley, it is at the top of the ecosystem. It was secured top position. It was followed by Silicon Valley was on the first position. It was followed by New York in the second position, and London at second position, right? So they are maintaining the top three positions from 2020, and still it is going on. but Mumbai, Maharashtra has moved up 5 places to 31st position, and Delhi is at the 24th position respectively in the global startup ecosystem list 2023. Right? So this is important. You should definitely have a note of this. Correct. So what is the rank of Bangalore in this global startup ecosystem index? It is 20. What is the rank of Mumbai? It is 31. What is the rank of Delhi NCR? It is 24. Right? Gurgaon is also considered a part of Delhi NCR only, and Gurgaon is also one of the cities that is developing as a IT hub. Next, World Drug Report. This World Drug Report, this was released by United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, that is UNODC, correct? According to the 2023 World Drug Report that was released by United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, that was released on the occasion of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, that is observed on 26th of June, correct? And globally, around 296 million people use drug in 2021, and that is an increase of 23% over the previous decade, correct? The global estimate of people who inject drugs in 2021 was almost 13.2 million, right? That is 18% higher than the estimate for 2020. This is for the people who inject drug, correct? Even uh, multiple operations are being carried out in order to protect drugs being reaching to the general public, right? One of the major sources, export and import, various ships are being used in order to export the drugs to different locations, and not just with India and US. You will be seeing India is working with USA, Nigeria, right, African nations, in order to stop the usage of drug in India and from India to different parts of the world, correct? So this World Drug Report was released by United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, and it suggested, and this report was released on 26th of June, that is International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Next is Global Survey Index 2023. This index suggested that almost 11 million forced laborers are there, and India has secured the top position among the G20 nations among the forced labor countries. We are talking about the G20 nations, right? In that, India has secured the top position. But if we are talking globally, so the maximum forced labor we will be finding in North Korea, and least forced labor we will be finding in Switzerland, correct? So among Indian or among G20 nation, India has topped this list with 11 million forced labor, but globally we will be seeing North Korea that secured the top position in this index, or in this report of the Global Slavery Index, right? Global Slavery Index, correct? So if asked about the Global Slavery Index 2023, which country has topped here, or what is the rank first? It is of North Korea, and the country with the least global slavery, it is at 160th position, it is Switzerland. Next is your THE Asia University Ranking 2023 was released recently. In this Times Higher Education in Asia University Ranking, IISc Bangalore has topped among the Indian institutions, and Tsinghua University of China secured the top position in this list. So first position is of Tsinghua University of China, and IISc Bangalore secured the top position among Indian institute, and apart from that, 48th position in the world. So what is the rank of IISc Bangalore in the THE Asia University Ranking 2023? It is 48. And University of China, that is your Tsinghua University, that is in China, secured the top position, and on second rank is your Peking University of China, correct? This year 2023, it was the 11th edition of the THE Asia University Ranking, correct? And it has ranked almost 669 universities globally from 31 countries, correct? And from India only almost 75 institutions were listed here, right? Next is 2022 Burgundy Private Huron India 506-month update was recently released. I repeat, 2022 Burgundy Private Huron India 500 6-month update was released, and in this RIL, that is Reliance Industries Limited, has secured the top position as India's most valuable brand. So we are talking about 2022 Burgundy Private Huron India 500 month update. This is a 6-month update, correct? This was released on 20th of June, and in this report Reliance Industries Limited, that is RIL, has become the or has emerged as the India's most valuable company with a valuation of 16.37 lakh crore. It was followed by TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, valued at 11.76 lakh crore. Correct. Then it is HDFC, valued at 9.41 lakh crore. Correct. And this is, we are talking about India, right? Mark this. On top it is RIL in the 2022 Burgundy Private Huron India 500 6-month update. Next, which group retains the first position as India's most valuable brand according to 2023 Brand Finance Report? So remember, it is Tata Group that has secured the top position or the first position as India's most valuable brand, that is valued at 26,381 million dollar in 2023. It has shown a growth of 10.3% as compared to that of 2022, and this is the first time that Indian brand has breached the valuation mark of 25 billion dollar, and this year turns out to be 26.38 billion dollar. Correct. So what is the value of this Tata Group? It is 26.38 billion dollar. Correct. Then Tata Group is followed by Infosys at 13 billion dollar and LIC at 9.8 billion dollar at third position. Correct. So Tata Group is considered to be the most valuable brand in India according to 2023 Brand Finance Report. Next, who is the world's most influential CMO? So Harish Bhatt, not Harsh Bhatt, remember, Harish Bhatt. Correct. He is the most, or he is the India's CMO that was ranked on 10th position on the Forbes World Most Influential CMOs. But if we talk about the world's most influential CMO, he will be William White. Right? William White. He is the world's most influential CMO, and he is the chief marketing officer of which company? He is of Walmart. Remember, William White, he is the most influential CMO of Walmart, and from India, Harish Bhatt is on the 10th position in this Forbes World's Most CMOs list of 2023. Next, which company ranked first in Asia and among top 10 companies globally in renewable energy sector by ISS Environment Social Governance Performance? So remember, it is our Adani Green Energy Limited, right? It is the India's largest renewable power producer and renewable energy arm of the Adani portfolio, and it was ranked first in Asia, and it is among the top 10 companies globally, right? And this is in the renewable energy sector. Correct? Next is THE Impact Ranking 2023. In this, which university has topped among the Indian universities? So remember, among the THE Impact Ranking for 2023, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, right? It has topped among the Indian university, and it is in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, right? And it has emerged as the top Indian university on the THE Impact Ranking, and this was the 5th edition of this THE Impact Ranking. Globally, if we talk about it, this Amrita Vishwa University or Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, it was ranked 52nd globally, and India it has topped. Then apart from this, remember, if we talk about the India's, or if we talk about Tata Power, they have emerged as India's most attractive employer brand. Question can be asked that which is the India's most attractive employer brand? So it is Tata Power. They have emerged as the India's most attractive employer brand. Correct? On second position, it is Amazon. On first position, it is Tata Power. Moving on. Next, Next, remember unemployment rate fell below to 7.7% in the month of May, and this report for the unemployment rate was released by CMIE, that is Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. So directly remember for the May month, the unemployment rate is 7.7%. So friends, these are your important current affairs for the topic indexes and report, right? And this is for the month of June. I hope the session was up to the mark and you have learned multiple things. All the indexes are really important. I want you all to remember all the indexes, as the questions can definitely be asked from the index, and in your exam always one or two questions are being asked for from these index, that what is the rank of India in so and so index. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is VICAS10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code VICAS10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.